Hi, I'm Ben Hennessy, and as we roll into the end of the financial year of 2026, I just wanted to put this message together to you, our valued clients, our landlords, our friends, our accompaniments upon this real estate journey, to say, first of all, a very heartfelt thank you for your business patronage over the last 12 months. It's been quite the journey. We've seen the market do different twists and turns, but continuing to forge ahead. And we've seen marketplaces as well as our own business go through some transformations, open a new office in Moree, and we're very grateful to be now working and serving the people of the Moree district, and so really expanding our service levels across the northwest from Gunnedah through Narrabri to Moree. So along that journey, we've welcomed lots of new faces into our teams. Our team now comprises of 42 wonderful people. So from property management team members, inspection managers, leasing agents, support team members and admin and receptionists, as well as our sales agents and our executive team. So very grateful for the many wonderful people that make up our Hennessy team, and that allow us to continue to roll out and look for ways to improve our services as we roll into the next financial year ahead. So I thought it'd be worth having a little quick snapshot about the year that was, and having a look at some of the important numbers for you as landlords, as clients, and a little bit of a look behind the scenes about what's been going on here at Hennessy's. So over the last 12 months, we've had 796 new tenancies commence. So almost 800 new leases for new properties have been entered into over the last 12 months. So it's been busy. Along the way, we've also conducted 694 rent reviews. So some of those properties had not had rent reviews done for several years. So that was great to welcome those new properties, those new managements into our Hennessy ecosystem, and get cracking with some rent reviews that were probably a bit overdue. So along the way, we've increased the rents by 7.9% across the portfolio. So well and truly in front of where CPI has been tracking. So making sure that our landlords, for you, that your rent is staying in front of where CPI is sitting at. So almost 8% of rent reviews. And then along the way, we've conducted 1,222 routine inspections. So the routine's obviously when we go into the property and we have a look at the state of the property, how is it being looked after by the tenants? Is there any outstanding maintenance that needs to be flagged that maybe hasn't been reported? So 1,222 routines have been conducted and sent out to you as our landlords along the way. In terms of market performance, where are our three main selling centres at the moment? So Moree, the median house price there is jumped up to $349,000 this year. So so that's an increase of almost $50,000 per over the last 12 months for median house price. Narrabri is now sitting at $565,000 as the median house price for Narrabri. So big jumps there, very strong performance by Narrabri over the last 12 months. Gunnedah's median house price is sitting at $600,000 now. So that's again a jump from $535,000 where it was at the start of last financial year. So the three centres, the three regions are all performing really well. Obviously, we're very welcoming of the rain that's come at the start of May, and now sort of creating opportunities for our farming folk to plant crops or to grow feed to carry them through the winter seasons and into spring, or get prepared for planting some summer crops. So at the end of the day, our townships are very much underpinned by our agricultural sector. So hence we always keep our farming members in our thoughts and prayers, because we know the benefits of the town, or the economies of the town, are underpinned by the efforts of our farming families. So obviously the mining sector is still a major contributor to the economies, particularly in Gunnedah and Narrabri, and we've seen strong employment conditions continue there. Even if the price of coal has softened a bit, there's still quite a lot of movement at the station in terms of jobs are created and expanded, and still quite a stable workforce there across the two main employers of Boggabri Coal and Whitehaven, and then obviously all your subcontractors that support the mining sector as well. So some really strong driving forces have been contributing to the fortunes of the town. So when you look outside our little bubble, we are very fortunate, very lucky that we are in a bit of a purple patch. Obviously, it's not all a bed of roses. There's still going to be challenges. Property management also brings along its challenges as well from time to time. And then, of course, you have federal budgets that are handed down that bring about some other challenges and some looming changes in terms of how investment in real estate occurs moving forward. So, important to note, those changes have not yet been legislated. So the exact format of how they'll be rolled out is still obviously subject to debate. But what has been the market's reaction to the budget dropping over the last couple of months? So look, the interesting reality is that in the lead up to the budget, there was a fair bit of caution and a fair bit of inactivity amongst the sales in the townships, because people were just holding back and going, well, what is going to happen? Uncertainty is one of the biggest enemies for sales activities, as people just, hold their cards close to their chest waiting to see what happens. So what's interesting is that since the budget has dropped, there's been a whole bunch of activity kicked back into gear. And here for us, we've seen over 24 sales in the last 4 weeks, which is really good activity and shows confidence still here in our region, with a large portion of those sales still being from investors. So yes, an element of them have been with self-managed super funds, because those purchasing entities are relatively unaffected by the changes. But still a lot of mum and dad investors, and still a mix of first home buyers and upsizers and downsizers still been jumping in and buying properties. So what that tells us is that Australians have not all of a sudden fallen out of love with our love affair of investing in bricks and mortar. Okay, people just pivoting and accepting that there are some changes looming, but it's not necessarily going to be the death knock to investing in real estate. The fortunate part for yourselves is having already owned property on the night of the budget being dropped. Where you're still subject to the old capital gains tax program and negative gearing benefits that we've been used to since 1999. That's how long these current systems been in place. Didn't seem to be broken, but anyway, it's looking like it's going to be changed. So, but yeah, for existing properties, it's still under the old system. It's only new purchases from the date of the night of the budget that will be subject to the new changes to the taxation system, however they end up actually being legislated. As I said, we still have to wait and see what happens on that front. So look, it's certainly not a case of saying, look, it's panic stations, bail out of the real estate market. If anything, there's more of an appetite now amongst investors to find high yielding properties and areas that still have good long-term growth. And it's interesting that we've had all of these out-of-town investors starting to look at Gunnedah, Narrabri and Moree as being areas where you can get the good quinella, you can get good cash flow returns, returns of between 5.5% up to 7.5%, depending on the township, and still good long-term capital growth, as we've already seen just in the last 12 months, with movement between 10 to 15% in all of those three towns. So look, still steady as she goes is my thoughts for the year ahead. I think we're still going to see some good capital growth. And if you'd like to know where your property sits, obviously reach out to us. It'd be our pleasure to give you that update and a bit of an insight, and maybe an opportunity to release some equity from your existing portfolio to maybe purchase another one. And if not in the township where you own now, you may like to look in at nearby towns where we still service the markets, Gunnedah, Narrabri, Moree and surrounds, as I said. So, or it may be an opportunity to say, look, we'll sell now if circumstances suit you best. So here at Hennessy's, we're always here to help. So reach out, and yeah, we'd love to have a chat to you and give you our advice and our deeper insight into what the market is doing for your particular property, and maybe how to best respond to that. So again, thank you for your business patronage over the last 12 months, and we look forward to the year ahead.